All right, guys, if you bought your truck so that you could take your kid to soccer practice and look cool, or just drive to your downtown high rise, this video is not for you. Now, for those of us who do use our trucks for what they're meant for, aren't afraid to get them dirty and get off the road, what I've got is a list of all the different items that I like to keep in my truck that are really a contingency for myself and also others that I may find out on the road in a really sticky situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review all these items that stay in my F-250 at all times, but particularly when going on a camping trip, road trip, hunting trip, and know that I'm probably going to be my own first response. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so out of all these items, the one that I've used the absolute most is going to be an extra 5-gallon jug of diesel. I can't tell you how many times we've been going through places like Wyoming, Northwest Colorado, and the gas stations are unattended and diesel is completely out. And the next station is however many miles away and cut it a little too close. So I never go on a trip without extra diesel. It's just going to be a really good contingency to keep yourself on the road and not have to, call any sort of roadside assistance. Jumper cables should go without saying, but cold weather kills batteries, and whether it's for you or somebody else, having a set of jumper cables is going to be the easiest way to make sure you can at least get the truck started, get running, and get down to where you need to go so that you can probably swap out batteries to a new set. I had a really shitty situation in Colorado a few years ago. I live in Texas and we don't really see cold temps. My wife and I were, probably like 12,000 feet, and truck started, drove for a little bit, but it died afterwards. Had no idea what happened. Come to find out, the diesel had gelled up. So after having experienced that and not ever having that happen growing up driving diesels, that was new to me, and keeping this in the truck, especially in the winter, is something that I will always do. A tire repair kit, you can get these at Harbor Freight for like $5, I think. And especially if you are going down some Forest Service roads, the places where we camp and hunt, you get a puncture in your tire. You probably also don't have cell service. So being able to take care of that, you're on your own, and get yourself back up and driving is going to be really important. You can bring a spare tire all you want, but at that point, you're still going to have to be able to jack the truck up. Highly recommend a tubeless tire repair kit. Now with that, you're going to have to air it back up. My father-in-law got me this for Christmas a couple years ago, and it's just a cordless air pump, and surprisingly it does really well getting these big 37-inch tires back aired up. Have had to use it once and will not drive this truck without it. That was clutch. When it comes to possibly getting stuck, you can have your truck lifted, you can have the big fat tires on it, but mud, snow, ice, unfortunately, shit's gonna happen sometimes. I got this collapsible folding shovel, and you can see right back there, I've got some recovery boards that are mounted up here in the truck bed topper. The shovel, especially to be able to dig out and around that tire so that you can get those boards down where they need to be. Huge help, and doesn't take up much space at all. Most of this can fit either the bed of the truck, underneath the back seat, really out of the way, but important to have it all. Tow rope. So when it comes to a tow rope, we've used this, not ever for ourselves, but we have come across some people that were stuck. We were in Colorado Springs one time, and a guy just in a regular sedan was stuck on this road that had iced over. So we were able to pull him over to the grocery store, get him helped out. He was really appreciative, didn't have to sit around and wait for any sort of tow truck. And just be a good Samaritan whenever you can. This is a really cool kit. Got this from Fieldcraft Survival years ago. It actually has a cover where it could convert into a backpack, but really what it is this is going to attach to the back of your driver or passenger seat. For the longest time, we had it on the back of our passenger seat, but after our daughter was born, putting her baby seat behind the passenger seat kind of limited the amount of access. So we've since moved it behind the driver's seat. You might be wondering if that even really matters. Point is if you're driving solo, it's a lot easier to reach across over to the passenger seat and grab things like your med kit if you need to get out of the truck really quick, but whatever, right? So with this, we've put some really important things in here I'm going to go over. I've got 2 med kits. This is one that came with it, but then I got this from MyMedic. Really like everything that comes in here. I mean, everything from space blankets, bleed stop, gauze. Bleed stop's kind of like a combat gauze where it's got coagulants in it. Compressed gauze. We got bandages, other tourniquets. You can see I've got a tourniquet here. I got another tourniquet in here. Those imperative to have. Blades, flare. I've got tire pressure gauge. This is just like some bug spray. In this pocket, I've got some, what is this? Just Paracord, water bottles. I keep Chemlights all over the place in the truck. I love these things. Sometimes you just need a little bit of light. If you break down on the side of the road, you're able to crack a couple of these and put them, you know, maybe every 25 feet behind your pickup just to alert other drivers. They're bright neon green, really good way to get somebody's attention if you had to, if you're on a really dark road. Get a package of these for like 20 bucks online. Highly recommend it. Also, my daughter's like 5 months old, and there's been quite a few times where she's just not having a good time in the back seat, and over it, my wife will crack one of these and the light just keeps her entertained until we're able to get to our destination. So really recommend those. Water, always keep extra water. This Life Straw, it's probably overkill, but I'd rather have something than not have it. What else do we have? Lights. Okay, a big mag light, a headlamp. Headlamp, keep these and keep them charged. I really like headlamps for everything that I do, but especially in the truck. If you're having to get out and work on anything, you can have access to both your hands, especially if you're solo and you don't have somebody that can hold the light that you can yell at. You're able to just throw that on your forehead and be good to go to knock out whatever repair you need to do. Now this right here is new. This is, or new to me, I should say. This is from a company called AsperX. I had been looking for a portable battery bank charger for a while. There's a ton of options on the market, and this company just, they messaged me and asked if I'd review it. I haven't had a chance to use it yet other than like charging my phone, but has some cool features that I'm looking forward to taking on some camping trips and some hunting trips. It's not something that will ever leave the truck. It's, you know, it's not that it's heavy in it, what it is, but it's too heavy to be going in a pack. But it does have like an LED screen, shows it's fully charged. You charge it with just a simple USB, but then you've got out ports for USB and USB-C. So, you know, be able to charge headlamps, phones, cameras, laptops, any of those things. It also has a light with a few settings on here. So it's lower light setting, brighter setting, and then it's got 2 strobe settings. So pretty pumped to give this thing a shot. I know that on RV trips, I think that's where we're going to get the most use out of it is, you know, when we've got our hunt camp set up, we can have a couple people charging their phones, using the Starlink to call home or check in. You will have the light, so you don't have to have anything else running. you know, going to an RV park, if that's something we were to do. You know, generally if you don't have a campfire going, you could throw that on your picnic table, pop the light up, and then have light that you could, you know, sit and talk with your neighbors with, have dinner. Really just, those are the ideas I have for this. Pumped to have it, but need to really put it to use to see just what the strengths are going to be. Oh, if you have dogs, like we do, we have 4, one of these collapsible bowls, these things are great. When you need to let them out and go for a little potty break, they're always going to need water on trips. So this thing folds down, take one of your water bottles, get the dogs taken care of, but doesn't take up any space, and then folds right back up into there and goes into that pocket. So this is just, you know, these are like the main things that I keep in the pickup at all times. If you don't have these items, I'm going to try to link a few of them into the description. The ones, I don't know if Fieldcraft still sells this or not. I got this pack years ago, but I'm sure there's some other ones online if Fieldcraft doesn't. MyMedic, great company. All these other items, I'll have them on there. I would highly recommend you purchase these, keep them in your pickup. You need to be your own first response, have these as a contingency for yourself or others on the road. You bought a big truck, it's capable, you need to be capable. That's my opinion on it. So be sure that you're loaded down with all the stuff that's going to keep you safe. If there is something that y'all keep in your pickup that I don't have listed here, drop me a comment below, because I am self-proclaimed prepper in that sense. I really want to make sure I have everything that I need on my trips. All of these have been used, but let me know what y'all have if there's something else that I'm missing. Y'all be safe out there.